Well, good morning, Transplant Helper community. My name is Jim Merle, and you're probably asking all the same question right now. You're asking, why is Jim wearing those ridiculous-looking glasses? Well, there's a good explanation for that. It actually happens to be a beautiful, beautiful sunny Alabama morning right here, but as I walk out here in the woods and kind of enjoy myself, trying to take my daily walk that's not so daily, there's a lot of flashing light between the trees, and I've had severe migraines all my life, many of which have been triggered by bright lights and light flashes, and definitely today qualifies. And I don't happen to have any sunglasses. I need a pair. If you can recommend some or whatever, I need a pair of good sunglasses, but I don't have any. And so I actually went in my daughter's room this morning and stole her glasses. So yeah, I'm still right here behind these, but without these on, I'm struggling right now with all these lights and such as that. But anyway, I just want to say good morning to you. I wanted to say that I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful day. Hope you have a wonderful day. I realize that right now is an extremely difficult time. You know, a lot of stress, a lot of worry, a lot of anxiety, a lot of concern, a lot of whatever you want to call it. It's a very, very difficult time. And actually, that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today. I posted the other day on social media that I was going to soon be sharing my opinion on the COVID situation, what I really think, and that some people would not like that. And I figure once I do this today, some of you won't like it. You won't like my opinion. Hopefully you'll see it as just that. You may not like me anymore. You may want to unsubscribe. You may want to click the thumbs down button. You may want to leave a nasty comment below the video. If you choose to do that, as long as you keep the language clean, go at it. But I promise you, if you'll watch to the end, you probably will not disagree with me on this very much. Not as much as you might think in the beginning. But anyway, here we go. Here's my opinion. My opinion is that this is an extremely, extremely, extremely dangerous situation we're in. It may be hyped by the media. It may be overblown by the government, whatever. But at any rate, we're in a dangerous, difficult situation that we have not been in a long, long time, at least since like 1918 pandemic or whatever times. It's been a long time at least. And so basically none of us have experienced this before. We've not been through anything like this before, so it's very different. Understand, and I do understand, that people have lost their lives, okay? People have lost their livelihoods, and both of those things are extremely painful in their own way. They're not really comparable, but they're painful. I've got, good friends that right now who had small businesses and such, and they haven't been able to operate in going on 8-9 weeks. And so basically, for a lot of them, they're out of luck. And they're done, and they've had to let go of their employees, and so it's going to be hard to get started back up, and they may not have the funds to do that, and they had, inventory, and what it's just been hard, and it's been a struggle, and it has kicked a lot of people right smack in the gut, and it's made things hard. And so there are groups of people now who are hollering and saying, we need to reopen America, get people back to work, and I agree with that 100%. But at the same time, there are people on the other side who say, we cannot open America, kill people, it's not worth it, and all that. And I agree with that 100%. You see, there's no real way in this. I kind of stand in the middle. I wish people could work and could work safely. I wish people could make choices about where they want to go and when they want to be there and how they want to go and what they want to wear when they're there, and not have to force anyone to stay home or force anyone to wear gloves or force anyone to wear a mask. Some of these things should totally be voluntary. I know for a fact that we don't know everything we ought to know about this or could know about this or will know about this. I get it. But what has really bothered me, it's not any of that. It's not someone's opinion or something like that. It's not who's right or who's wrong. What has bothered me, and I'm being honest, what has really upset me, what's really concerned me, what has really worried me, what has really made me angry at this point, I'm trying to do a non-angry face, is the fact that we're treating each other like dirt, okay? There's such divided opinions, whether it be honest medical type opinions based on high risk, low risk. There are such divided opinions politically. There's one side that says this is all Trump's fault and Republicans' fault. One side says it's all Democrats' fault, and nobody wants to admit that everybody's got a little fault, and no one's done things perfectly, and no one has the perfect situation and a solution. But people are fighting. Man, I got friends I see on Facebook one day, someone posts one thing and they get attacked by what seemed to be the day before their best friend in the world because their opinions didn't match. That junk, and I'm saying what it is, that's junk, okay? Say junk, that junk has got to stop. And I want to share with you 3 words I want you to consider. I'm considering them right here between these 2 ears. There's my ears, actually, my temples, what I'm pointing at today. I'm considering between these 2 ears how I've performed in this area and how I'm maintaining or not maintaining these attitudes. I want to consider these 3 words. First word, care. Care. Okay? Question for me is, Jim, do you care about other people? Now that may be decided by how you define the word care. I define the word care is, do I have any ounce of, how do we say it in the South? Do I give a flip about what they do, what they think, who they are? Care. Care is low level, actually. You know, I get it that I care for my wife and I care for my family, but I care for my wife and family in a different way that I care for a stranger on the street. But right now, in our situation, we need to be caring on some level, even if it's a small, minute one. We need to be caring about everybody. And I don't see people caring as much as they did. Now, there's a lot of good being done. There's a lot of people who are going above and beyond to help and to assist and to make things easier on others. But there are a whole lot more people, unfortunately, who do not care, including myself at times, who do not care, who look at the person and say, well, that's just their opinion. That's what they think. That's what they believe. And they're stupid or they're ignorant or whatever. Care about a person. And care for a person does not require total agreement. It does not require total beliefs of the same. Care is care. It's giving a flip about somebody else. Just a small inkling of what that person deserved because they're human. Do I and do you, I'm asking you to check yourself. Do you care? Second word, compassion. Compassion. Now, compassion and care are related, but compassion is another level of care. Compassion literally means, in some senses, to have a love for someone. Now, there may be the love you have for your spouse. There may be the love you have for pizza, and I love pizza, okay? But not the same as I love my spouse. I love my children, but not the same as I love cheeseburgers, okay? So there's different levels of compassion, but compassion means literally. Let me give you the literal meaning of the word. I like to study words. The literal word compassion means to feel for. The word means to shake on the inside or to feel on the inside, like in the gut, we think about it, to have feelings for someone else. You think about the situations that are going on now. Let's use the fact that people have lost their lives. Do you feel, does it hurt you on the inside when you see that happening? People have lost their livelihoods. Does that hurt you on the inside when you see that happening? People are struggling. Does that hurt you? Can you turn on the news? And I don't really watch the national news. You know that. I've shared that before. But could you turn on the national news today and watch all these stories about sickness and death and whatever, and people losing their livelihoods and their, not having the necessities and whatever? Can you watch that and not feel it all? If you can, you may lack a level of compassion that you really need. I've been there, done that, okay? I've got to have compassion. When I see someone hurting, I need to hurt. When I see someone in pain, I need to be in pain. When I see someone who's upset and distraught and disturbed and depressed, I need to feel some of that. And I don't need to take on all their burden, but I need to feel some of that. And I'm watching us, and I'm watching me. I got mirrored sunglasses. Maybe that's a good example. I'm watching me sometimes in those, let me do it this way, in these glasses, without having enough compassion like I should. Do I have compassion? So do you care? Do you have compassion? Number 3, are you really concerned? Now again, this will fall into opinion. Some people, when they think about concern, they're talking about concern for the danger that's around us. Concerned about, he wore a mask or she didn't wear a mask, or he didn't lock down and she did lock down, or vice versa. That's how we say it in the South. Vice versa. Or vice versa. Having a concern for someone means that even if I don't care for myself, or I don't care for the immediate people around me. I can care for someone else, and I can be concerned about their situation. I'm seeing a lot of people right now who are very, very mean. They're very mean. Maybe they're beyond feeling because they're not concerned about anybody else. They're not concerned about it. And if you take the situation of lockdown versus not being locked down, some people are not concerned because they say, I want the lockdown over. I want to get back to work. I want to get back to my life. And it makes no difference to me about anyone else or what they think. The opposite side of that is we need to be locked down until this is all over. If that's another few months, so be it. People need to suck it up because, money's not everything. Income's not everything. Your job's not everything. Well, the thing is, for some people, some things are everything. That's all they got. I'm high risk, okay? I'm immune suppressed. I'm in the highest risk category there is. Many of you are. Many of my friends are. But I live in a different part of the world than most of you. I live in a town of 1,800, where because it's so small and so sparsely populated and so spread out, we're not having to take the precautions. Man, I can stand right here where I am in these woods, and I can go walking if I walk out to the road, and I can walk 1.5 miles, and I won't even see another house. I definitely won't see another person. I can go into the local grocery store right now, any given time, and I will see the cashier, I'll see the stock boy, and I may see 2 other customers, which I could avoid by being on the other side of the store. That's not the way it is most places. There are people who live in Miami and New York and Philadelphia and Chicago and name other big places that are in situations where they can't get 6 feet from people if they're outside their home, period. And it's extremely dangerous. And there are people, unfortunately, that do not have any concern for them, do not care about them. It doesn't matter. If you believe this is made up, overhyped, a scheme or how do you word it? A conspiracy by the government. Believe that, I guess. I don't know what to tell you. But for some people, this is none of that. It's just real. I told my family a few weeks ago, we were having a discussion about it, and again, we live in a small town, so we're not dealing with it like others are. But I told my family the other day, my daughter said something to the effect of, I'm bored, I want to get out, and I want to do this, and I want to do that, and nobody's died around here yet. I see that. I do see that. I empathize with that. But I said, look right here. I've got other children. I've got a 5, 4, and 3-year-old sitting right here across the table. I said, what if, and I pointed at the youngest, I said, what if she got this? What if she was dealing with this? I think our whole mindsets would change. Our attitudes would change. The way we look at this would change. The way we feel about it would change. Why? Because it becomes personal. And I've known all my life, when something becomes personal, it becomes real. And when something becomes real, and it puts you or your family in a situation they don't want to be in, or maybe even in danger, you tend to fight for that, okay? So some people are standing up for what's happening in their lives. No matter where we stand on this, and it should not be divided. It should not be divided like it is. But no matter where we stand on this, we need to care, we need to have compassion, and we need to have concern for other people. And if we've got those 3 things going, the difference in opinions or the division that could exist won't exist, because at the end of the day, we'll say, look, regardless of what I think, regardless of what I believe, regardless of how I feel, regardless of how this is affecting me, it could be affecting my neighbor differently. One of the best articles that circulated Facebook, you've probably already seen it. If I can find it, I'll share it on my page, is basically says we're not all in the same boat. We're in the same storm, but we're not in the same boat. The storm is COVID-19, and it's a rough one. But we're in different boats. Some boats are being turned over. They're capsized. They're filling up water. They're capsizing. The members in the boat are being tossed out, and they're losing their lives. Others are in different boats that are sailing across calm waters right now. They hear the storm. They can see the storm in the distance, but it's not affecting their boat. Others, their boats are filled with sadness and sickness and death and loss of livelihood and life. I said all that. We're in different boats. Just understand everyone's in a different boat and see the person in the boat next to you and show them care, compassion, and concern, and I think we'll be better for it. That's all I'm asking. My opinion, you want my opinion on it? We need to be more caring, compassionate, and concerned about our fellow man. I appreciate you watching this today. I hope this has helped you out in some way. I hope you can, share this with someone if you agree or disagree. I don't know. But I appreciate your time. I love each and every one of you. I hope you're doing the very best that you can. I hope you're doing what's right for you right now, but in light of looking out for your neighbor. Thank you so much. Until next time, stay stronger, friends.